Now for the play-by-play, here's Vince Stiller. Hey, thank you, Jerry, and hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Sunday to you, wherever you may be. We've got a lot of work to do in St. Louis, and the weatherman has cooperated. He's come up with a beautiful, sunshiny day and the prospect of an exciting doubleheader. Both games played here in St. Louis have been dandies, and actually, despite the fact the Dodgers have lost 5 in a row, 5 of the 6 games played on the road have been great. The pitch to Wes Parker is fouled away, 0-1. The Dodgers, however, are trying to shake off the effects of Roger Maris' 9th-inning knockout blow last night. And we'll see how they respond to a night's sleep. Washburn into his windup. Ray back to the plate, inside a slider at the kneecaps, and the count 1-1. Ray Washburn from Pasco, Washington, 2-9 lifetime with the Dodgers. Right-hander checking, now to his windup, 1-1 pitch, fastball over. Ray is 6'2", 195-pounder, pitching professionally since 1960, and came up briefly to the Cardinals in 61 and 62. Parker way out in front of his slow curve and strikes out. So Wes Parker, who is having a very rough time with the bat, he is now under 228. And he leads the club in strikeouts, an unenviable department. One away, and Ron Hunt the batter. Hunt, the other way around. He's hitting 286, and everything has come up roses for Ron. He has a home run, 18 runs batted in, and he just played great ball at second base. The only time he's missed a game was when he had a severely lacerated right hand. Washburn into his windup, and the pitch to Hunt, slider for strike, 0-1. Billy Williams, the plate umpire. Frank Sikori, the chief of this crew, umpiring at first. Kenny Burkhardt at second, Ed Vargo at third. Ray Washburn and Tim McCarver, the battery. Cepeda, Javier, Maxwell, and Shannon, the infield. Fastball outside. Lou Brock is in left. Bobby Tolan in center. Kurt Flood still resting. And in right, last night's hero, Roger Maris. Temperature in the 80s in St. Louis, but the humidity bearable, so it makes for a beautiful day. 1-1 pitch. Fastball is hit to right field. Maris comes in and goes back the same number of steps and makes the catch. So 2 out in the first inning, and the batter, Willie Davis. Davis, having some troubles lately, his average has come back to 278. Of course, we mentioned so many times to get a better idea of a Major League ball player's life. It is always one of peaks and valleys. Every hitter is either on the rise or going back. There's no hitter who just starts off and stays on that same plane. The closest the Dodgers have to that, I guess, would be Ron Hunt and Jimmy Lefebvre. The pitch to Willie Davis, missing ball 1, 1-0. Hunt has been somewhere around 286 all year. Davis waiting, 1-0 pitch to Willie, is lined to right center and sinking, rolling over, but he'll have to play it on a bounce and backhand the ball. And so Willie Davis, a solid single to right center field. And with 2 out in the first inning, Ron Fairley will be the batter. The Dodgers trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. In 1964, they lost 7 in a row, and the Dodgers trying to avoid that today. Here's Fairley, having his troubles with the bat, although he is leading the club in RBIs and home runs. He has 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in, but hitting .238. Hits a drive into left center. Tolan got a late start on the ball, and he's not going to get it. It goes to the fence. Willie Davis being waved in by Preston Gomez on a long double by Fairley, and the Dodgers lead 1-0. Bobby got no jump at all on the ball, although I doubt very much if he could have made a play anyway, since he was playing Fairley to pull in right center, and Ron hit the ball in left center. But Tolan was standing stock still when we picked the ball up out in left center field. We had no jump at all. And here is Jim Lefebvre. Dodgers leading 1-0. For Fairley, his 29th run batted in. He's sure been picking up the RBIs. Here's Jimmy Lefebvre hitting .288. The pitch inside at the knees to Lefebvre, ball 1. Jim with a home run and 22 runs batted in. Washburn leaning on his left knee to get a sign. Now Ray ready. 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled away. So Lefevre there, 1 ball and 1 strike. Union Oil Company of California, mighty happy to be on the scene and send it all to you, and all comes in capital letters. Doubleheader with the Birds. When we finish sundown today, the Dodgers and the Cardinals will have completed half of their work against each other. Lefevre fouls 1 back, 1-2. The Cardinals have had pretty much their own way with the Dodgers. They've won 5 out of 7 thus far. Washburn delivers a change high to Lefevre. Ball 2, 2-2. The Dodgers have not lost a season series to the Cardinals since 1962. Last year they won 10 of 18. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball inside of the kneecaps. Ball 3. Full count to Jimmy Lefevre. Johnny Roseboro on deck. John has a 9-game hitting streak. Washburn ready and delivers, and is fouled away by Lefevre off to the left upstairs in the second deck. 3-2. Lots of baseball today. We'll keep track of them for you, and we might just well start off taking a look to see what's new, although we've already given the score a couple of times. Cincinnati leading Houston 2-1 at the end of 4. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Lefevre. Fouled away, and it got him on the foot. He's down on the ankle, maybe, and he dropped to his knees. The Cubs leading the Mets 3-0 at the end of 2.5 innings. Giants failed to score in the first inning against Atlanta. And Philadelphia leading Pittsburgh 6-0 at the end of an inning and a half. American League, White Sox 2, Yankees 1 at the end of 3.5 in the first of 2. Washington 3, Boston 0 at the end of 4.5 in the first of 2. No report yet in the Cleveland-Kansas City doubleheader. And single games, Baltimore at Minnesota, Detroit at California. 3 are up to date. Lefevre is back up to the plate, 3-2. Washburn straightens up, looks back at Fairley, pitch to Lefevre, a high, twisting pop fly, back of third and down the line, now in foul ground with Shannon going over and making the catch for the out. One run, 2 hits, a man left, and the score at the end of half an inning. The Dodgers won, the Cardinals coming up. Now here's Jerry.
All right, let's go to play on the bottom of the first. Back to action for spinning.
All right, Jerry, the Dodgers defensively with Bill Singer on the mound, Johnny Roseboro behind the plate. The infield of Wes Parker and Ron Hunt. Dick Schofield, the shortstop, spelling Gene Michael. And the third baseman, Jim Lefevre. In the outfield, Len Gabrielson is in left. Willie Davis in center, Ron Fairley in right. Bill Singer getting ready. He is 1-2 with the league. No record against the Cardinals this year or lifetime. He relieved at St. Louis briefly in April. His last 2 starts, no decisions, but he has pitched well and encouragingly would be an even better word, considering the fact the Dodgers are relying on him heavily, not so much this year as for the future. He could be a big star. Singer looks in to get a shot, and Lou Brock waiting at the plate. Bill into his windup and delivers, and the fastball high and away, ball 1. Lou Brock, left-hand hitter, he can beat you all kinds of ways. He's hitting .342. 13 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Now Singer ready, back he comes, fastball outside, ball 2, 2-0. Singer pitched well against the Pirates. You remember that night he went 5 in the third innings and then suddenly lost it and was KO'd. His last time against the Braves, he went 5 strong innings and then ran out. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. Fastball high, ball 3. So he's starting off wobbly. 3-0 to Lou Brock. And of course, if Brock walks, it's like Will. If you walk him, it's almost like giving him a double. He has stolen 23 bases this year. 3-0 pitch down the pipe. 3-1. So Lou Brock waiting. Receiver up inside the bag. The 3-1 pitch fouled away with a full swing. 3-2. Gone all the way to Brock. Bill ready and delivers. Fastball, a slicing fly ball down the left field line, out of play. Back into the lower deck. Boy, St. Louis is bathed in sunshine today. After that weird evening, apparently all the storms that were crackling and exploding all around the Midwest had moved out of this area. We had tornado warnings last night, a heavy thunderstorm. But the storm did us a lot of good. It washed the sky thoroughly, and it's a beautiful day. Full count to Lou Brock. Singer ready, and the 3-2 pitch. Fastball jammed it, and he fouled it back into the lower deck again. On deck, young Bobby Tolan, who's doing a great job filling in for the fine center fielder for the Cardinals, Kurt Flood. To be honest, the way Tolan's been playing, they haven't really missed Flood, and that's quite a compliment. 3-2 the count to Lou. Singer on the rubber, into his windup in the 3-2 pitch, inside, ball 4, and that's asking for trouble. Lou Brock rarely walks. He is a very active leadoff man with the bat. And in checking his walk, that's only the 5th walk he's received all year. Lou Brock at first and Parker over, and right away there's extra pressure put on Singer. Tolan at the plate, Maris on deck, and Brock takes a walking lead and immediately is driven back to the bag. So Singer is now going to be tested, and Brock takes his lead, draws the throw, and gets back easily. Brock claims he has a better chance of stealing on a pitch out. That's kind of radical thinking for a base runner. Another throw, and he's back standing up again. He is more or less exploring Singer's move. It sounds strange for Brock to say he has a better chance on a pitch out, and yet he feels that catchers sometimes take too much time on a pitch out when they take dead aim. Another throw, Brock is back. He also thinks that catchers sometimes make careless throws because they have too much time. Lou off the bag, Singer backs off the rubber. Boy, there's so much to being a major league pitcher. Not just throwing the ball. Singer at the belt, checking Brock. The pitch to Tolan, a strike. Just the start of the ball game. The Dodgers picked up a run in the first inning with 2 out. Davis singled to right center. Fairly doubled him home. Bobby Tolan, left-hand hitter. He's batting .327. A throw to first, not in time. Kurt Flood hitting .324. Flood has 2 home runs. Tolan has 2 home runs. Flood has 19 RBIs. Tolan has 14. But Flood has been in many more games and many more at-bats. And whoops, here comes Red Cainbeans complaining about Singer's move, I'm sure. He's complaining about the left shoulder of Bill, that he is tilting towards the plate, rocking towards the plate, but then turning like a slow blade of a revolving door and going to first. Red, who protested last night's game, but naturally withdrew the protest when Maris erased it for him, had a few words to say to Billy Williams. Strike 1 pitch is taken over. Strike 2 on the outside corner. Singer turns his back on home plate, pays the Rosenbag a visit. Bill is from Pomona, but now he lives in a section near Pomona called Diamond Bar. Strike 2 pitch on the way. As the fastball grounded to the hole, fakes it to right field. And Brock isn't going to stop. He keeps going to third. And Singer's in trouble in the first inning. So the Rabbits are out there now Lou Brock at third, Bobby Tolan at first, nobody out. Dodgers leading 1-0 in the first inning, and here come the Big Birds. Roger Maris, Orlando Cepeda, and Tim McCarver. At the bell, checks the runners, and the pitch to Maris. Breaking ball for a strike. Raj bruised the baseball last night. He really hit a shot. With all of his stable power, he got it into that one and drove it out in a hurry. And the ballgame exploded, the Dodgers going down the drain 5-2. Maris has 3 home runs and 20 RBIs, hitting .295. It's a broken back ground ball to Schofield, not hard enough. They get one. The throw to first, not in time, and the run is over. So Singer jammed Maris, and the ball was not hit hard enough to get 2. They get a 4-6-4. We'll pause the station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
This is the big station, KOY Phoenix. 83 degrees at 24 minutes until 1 o'clock.
Orlando Cepeda at the plate. And Singer backs off the rubber to take a look to see where Maris is. So a walk, a base hit on the 4th play. And the ballgame is even 1-1. 1 out and Cepeda waiting. Orlando hitting .349. Swings at a curve and lifts it foul. Back of the plate and out of play. Wes Parker now goes to the mound to talk to Bill Singer. Maris is not considered a threat. A base-stealing threat. He has not been involved in a base-stealing play. However, Cepeda really drives into a pitch, and they could always play hit and run. So Parker, perhaps reminding the young right-hander Bill Singer to come over there once in a while. Bill at the belt, looks at Maris, comes to the plate, fastball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Count to Orlando Cepeda. Roseboro in a crouch, wigwags a sign out to the mound. Singer at the belt, looks at Maris, the 1-1 pitch, fastball, belted to right foul, way down the line. Second deck. Have a big crowd on hand today. It is not a capacity crowd yet. Of course, people are still coming in. Of course, the weatherman this morning was issuing proclamations of thunderstorms, and that always hurts when people are trying to make up their minds whether to go or not. And it's turned out to be a beauty. 1-2 pitch. Curveball fouled away. Good sharp curve. Singer really getting over that one, getting on top of it, as the pitchers say. 1-2. After the doubleheader, the Dodgers will then fly to Chicago and have Monday off. Then open up a 3-game series with Leo's club Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and come home Thursday night. And open up one of the more exciting homestands of the year against the Cincinnati Reds on the 16th. 1-2 pitch on the way. Curve in the dirt. Cepeda started the swing and held up. And the count 2-2. Back up to the plate. Tim McCarver on deck, pinwheeling a couple of bats around to loosen up his shoulder muscles. Singer turns and throws to first, driving Maris back. Singer makes another throw, and Maris just did get back. Houston got 2 in the 5th inning, so they've turned it around and lead Cincinnati 3-2 at the end of 4.5 innings. Singer ready, the 2-2 pitch, high slider, ball 3. So Bill Singer has gone all the way. Now Bill at the belt and turns and drives Maris back again. So we'll see if the Cardinals play run and hit with this combination. Singer set. Maris goes. The pitch is ball 4. 2 walks and a base hit. Singer battling his control here in the first inning. And the batter is Tim McCarver. Left-hand hitting catcher. McCarver is hitting .310 with 4 home runs, 25 runs batted in. All right, Singer reading signs, trying to get off the ropes here in the first inning. Bill checks the runners. Now works McCarver. Fastball a little high, ball 1. Here in the inning, Lou Brock, after fouling off 4 3-2 pitches, walked. Bobby Tolan grounded a single to right. Maris hit into a fourth play, Brock scoring. Cepeda 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Tim McCarver. Singer at the belt, looks at the runners, works the plate, fastball outside, ball 2. So the fight of the young pitcher. In his last 2 starts, he pitched well and ran out of gas, and now in his 3rd start, he's wild. Pitching coach Lefty Phillips, hands stuffed in his hip pocket, standing up off the bench, looking out at Singer. No one throwing in the bullpen yet. 1-1 tie, first inning, but Singer's making a lot of pitches. And for a fellow who ran out of gas twice in the 6th inning, it won't help him. The 2-0 pitch, a fly ball to shallow left field. Gabrielson coming in a hurry. He's there and makes the catch, and the runners get back. They made a good pitch on McCarver to jam him. 2 out, and the batter, right-hand hitting 3rd baseman Mike Shannon. Shannon, with 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, hitting .286. Singer wandering back of the rubber. Maris at second, Cepeda at first. Fastball is swung on, and that's the best pitch he's made so far in the first inning. He just blew a dandy at Shannon that time. 0-1. 1-1 in the first. Singer turns his back on home plate again. He's made a lot of pitches. Turns and looks into Roseboro. Bill at the belt, checking. Maris has pretty good lead at second. The strike 1 pitch, fastball, pop foul off to the right out of play, 0-2. So Singer comes back with 2 good fastballs to Mike Shannon and has the count his way, 0-2. Singer reading Roseboro. Shannon pumping the wood back and forth. On deck, Julian Javier. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed strike 3. The bat goes out to shortstop with a little slider. You know, Singer might have needed all those pitches to loosen up. Those are the 3 best pitches he's made in the first inning. 2 good fastballs and a slider. So Shannon strikes out. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 left for the Birds, and at the end of 1, a 1-1 tie. Second inning, a 1-1 tie. The Dodgers will have Johnny Roseboro, Len Gabrielson, and Dick Schofield in that order. Roseboro with a 9-game hitting streak. He's hit .270 during that stretch, and Roseboro for the year hitting .282. So John at the plate. Washburn ready and Ray delivers. Slow curve, big change curve, over first right, 0-1. Big rainbow. Washburn ready and back he comes. Inside with a slider at the hips. 1-1. Washburn back to the plate, 1-1, and inside with a fastball, so he's giving Roseboro just about everything he has. A big overhand slow curve, and a quick slider and a hard fastball inside. 2-1 to John. Outfield fan out, shaded to right. Slow curve on the outside corner, strike 2. 2-2. reading his signs. Ray ready. 2-2 pitch. Fastball on the corner. Strike 3 called, and he really gave Johnny quite a battle that time. He pitched him inside and outside with everything he had and finally caught the inside corner with the fastball. So Roseburg is down on strike. 1 out, and the batter, Len Gabrielson. 2 strikeouts for Ray Washburn. Gabrielson hitting 196. He has 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Fastball high, one-handed by McCarver. 1-0 to Len. On deck, Dick Schofield. Washburn comes back to Gabrielson, and a half swing fouled away. Tied him up. 1-1. Back up to the plate. Washburn picks off the sign that he wants. Over the top breaking ball, but a little low this time. Ball 2. 2-1. A run on 2 hits for the Dodgers. A 2-out single by Davis and a double by Fairley got him home. A walk, base hit in 4th play. The Cardinals got it back. Gabe fouls a fastball off to the left second deck. 2-2 to Len Gabrielson. So the first game, pitting Bill Singer and Ray Washburn. That means Don Sutton draws Alvin Jackson in the nightcap. 2-2 pitch on the way. Curve in the dirt. So a full count to Len Gabrielson. Washburn ready, and Ray's 3-2 pitch. Inside, Gabrielson's aboard with a walk. So with 1 out, Washburn issues his first pass, and the batter will be the switch-hitting shortstop Dick Schofield. Dick making a rare start. He's only had 24 at-bats, 2 RBIs. Dick's family's here. He's got a 4-year-old boy who can catch a ball as well as any infant I've ever seen. Boy, he's a dancer, and he doesn't make a sound. So Schofield waiting. Gabrielson off the bag at first, and the pitch to Dick. Inside with a fastball to the kneecap. Ball 1. Washburn in a crouch out there on the mound, peering in to get a sign. Now Ray up on top, looks over at Gabrielson, pitch to Schofield, swung on and missed. Dick started to swing, and he really didn't want to go through with it, but there was nothing he could do about it. The count 1-1. The Union Oil Company of California reminding you we're going to play 76 big money baseball today. Join the fun. Washburn ready, looks at Gabrielson, 1-1 pitch, fastball, pops in the air, foul, back of the plate, and it'll go back into the lower deck, out of play. Reminder, too, that Union Oil says help your country as you help yourselves. America needs your help. Sign up for U.S. Savings Bonds where you work or bank. You can't lose with U.S. Savings Bonds. Union Oil urges you to join the payroll patriots today. Washburn at the belt. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Scooped out nicely by Tim McCarver. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the scoreboard, Cubs and Mets 3-3 in the top of the 5th. Giants, Atlanta scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd. 8-0 Philadelphia over Pittsburgh, top of the 4th. 3-2 Houston leading Cincinnati, top of the 6th. American League in a moment. Schofield, it's a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Gabrielson round second and keeps on going. Maris' throw to third is cut off by Dal Maxwell. So Dick Schofield grounds a single to right, and the Dodgers have runners at first and third. Bill Singer coming up at first. Walter Alston calls him back to talk to him. In the American League, Washington 3, Red Sox 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Cleveland got 2 in the first inning of their doubleheader against Kansas City. 2-1, White Sox leading the Yankees in the bottom of the 5th. And single games will be played a little later. Baltimore at Minnesota, Detroit at California. Bill Singer, who has not shown any particular talent with the bat so far. He does have 1 hit and 1 RBI in 11 at-bats. So the right-hand batter at the plate. Washburn checks and delivers fast one swung on and missed. Bill tried to take a shot to right field. 0-1. Cepeda holding the bag on Schofield. Gabrielson is short lead down the line from third. Right hand to Washburn, set, and the strike one pitch. A fastball over, strike two. Singer waiting at the plate, 0-2 the count. One out, second inning, a 1-1 tie. Singer takes a look at a fastball low and away. Ball one, 1-2. Al Woodishick gets up in the Cardinal bullpen. Going easily back at Bill Singer. McCarver in a crouch. Singer waiting. Now Washburn ready. And the 1-2 pitch outside and high. Perhaps an exploratory pitch to see if the Dodgers had anything particular in mind, but the runners were standing at the bag. 2-2. Washburn turns on the rubber, bends and leans on his left knee, now straightens up. 2-2 pitch, it's full swing with the runners going, and the ground ball is bobbled by the pitcher, and everybody's safe. The Dodgers played hit and run with both runners and with Singer at the plate. Bill doesn't realize it, I think, but he's safe at first base. He was walking head down away as if he figured the out had been recorded, and Gilliam said, "No, you're all right." Both runners going. Gabrielson was coming from third. Schofield going towards second. And Singer hit it back towards the pitcher who couldn't handle it. He'll get an error. The run is over. So the Dodgers playing it high, wide, and handsome on that one. The Washburn's error gives the Dodgers a run. They lead 2-1. And now leadoff man Parker at the plate. An RBI for Bill Singer since you can't anticipate a double play. Washburn up on top at the belt, and Ray delivers. Fastball fouled back and out of play by Parker. The count to Wes Parker. Schofield away from second, Singer from first. Washburn delivers, slow curve, swung on and missed, strike two, 0-2. Parker really fighting it now. Wes back up to the plate, he's in a hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Washburn struck him out in the first inning. Ray ready, and the pitch. Low curve, strike 3 call. So Parker strikes out for the second time. 3 strikeouts for Ray Washburn. And the batter, Ron Hunt. Right-hand hitting second baseman Ron Hunt flied to right field in the first inning. Dodgers leading 2-1 here in the second inning. Washburn at the belt, checks and delivers, and a slider outside, ball 1. Here in the inning, a 1-out walk, a base hit by Schofield, and with both runners going from first and third, Singer hit a ground ball that the pitcher could not handle for an error, and the run came over. A fastball to Ron Hunt high and inside. So Washburn now having his trouble, falling behind 2-0. Washburn reading McCarver. And a 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, 2-1. Dodgers with Dick Schofield at second, Bill Singer at first. Bob Aspromonte just hit a 2-run home run in the 6th inning against Cincinnati. So that makes it 5-2 in favor of Houston. And the Reds now coming to bat. Two and one to Ron Hunt. Washburn checking, runners taking their lead. And Ray backs off the rubber. And just as quickly gets back on again. Hal Woodishick still throwing back of him in the bullpen. So Hunt tired of waking, and Ron backs out. Two and one, the count to Ron Hunt. Now the pitch, fouled away, off to the right of the plate into the lower deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Ron Hunt. The Union Oil Company of California sending you a big day of baseball from St. Louis. The Dodgers and Cardinals, and the Dodgers leading 2-1 in the second. Washburn ready in the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, a bouncer, barehanded by Washburn, who throws him out. Ray Washburn barehands the bouncer by Ron Hunt to get the last out. Dodgers get 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. They leave 2. And the score at the end of an inning and a half, the Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1. Bill Singer has just reached the mound. Don Pavletic is homered in the bottom of the 6th inning. That makes it 5-3 Houston. And the Reds still at bat. The Mets and the Cubs 3-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Giants Atlanta scoreless at the top of the 3rd. Philadelphia 8-0 over Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 4th. American League 3-2 Washington leading Boston in the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Cleveland leading Kansas City in the top of the 2nd. 2-1 Chicago leading the Yankees in the bottom of the 6th. Single games a bit later. Baltimore, Minnesota, Detroit, California. Cardinals in the 2nd inning, Julian Javier, Dal Maxville, and Ray Washburn. Dodgers leading 2-1. Okay, Singer is about ready after a lengthy stay out on the base path, and Javier checks in. Julian hitting .303, 4 home runs, 12 RBI, shies away from a curveball up and in, ball 1. Javier wearing the new wraparound glasses has switched to a 35-ounce bat, and it really paid off. 1-0 pitch, fastball, a half-swing, rolled wide at first. He's still in the batter's box as Parker goes over and steps on the bag. Javier is just now walking away from the plate. He was jammed, and there was no chance for him to do anything. It really tied him up. Now Maxville, the shortstop, coming up. I never realized it before. I just found out today about something that's kind of nice, that goes on quietly without anybody knowing it, and the Dodger ball club. Ball players are fined if they miss a sign, if they really have a bonehead play, not an error. The play that they should have been looking for, then they'll find. Pitch to Maxville high, ball 1, 1-0. We watched the manager put 4 names down on a piece of paper today. Each man being fined, what could be as much as $100. The 1-0 pitch, fly ball into right center field. Racing over is Willie Davis. He's there now and makes the catch for the out. No one appeared angry, however. Everybody admitted their flaws and shook their heads and said, yep. And on the card with their 4 names, it said Cancer Society Charter Members. So we thought that was a rather strange heading for a list of players who are fined. And then I find out that whenever a Dodger player is fined, they use the money to good purpose. The pitch to Maxville is high, ball 1. All of the monies contributed by players on fines, on the Dodger ball club at least, is sent to the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Fund. Pitch inside, ball 2, 2-0. The count to Ray Washburn. Singer into his windup. Back he comes. Swings. Foul tips it. 2-1 in the second inning. The Dodgers 2 runs, 3 hits. Cardinals 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. Fastball forward in there for a strike. 2-2. Singer is throwing better. His motion is better. So he might have had a little trouble just getting started there in the first inning. Bill Ruddy in the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, outside ball 3. Ray Washburn, so far this year, has had 23 at-bats. He has 1 hit. It was a triple, and he drove in a run. Swings and misses, strike 3, and the inning is over. So the Cardinals are out in order in the second inning, and at the end of 2, the Dodgers 2, the Cardinals 1.
All right, Vinny, and Willie Davis will be the first Dodger batter up. Willie singled and scored in the first inning, batting .278. Ron Fairley and Jimmy Lefevre to follow. Ray Washburn set to go now. The Dodgers lead at 2-1. The windup by Washburn, and the curveball is too high. 1 ball, no strike. Washburn has 2 wins, 3 losses, and an earned run average of 3.41. 1 ball, no strike. As Willie Davis waits, changeup is swung on him. Missed for a strike. Willie was out in front of that one as Washburn pulled the string on him. Well, it's turned out to be a beautiful day here in St. Louis. Bright sunshiny skies, and what clouds we've had have moved on to the east. Here's the windup and the 1-1 pitch. Willie hits a high pop fly on the left side at shortstop Maxville, angling over toward the line at the edge of the grass, and backs up, makes the catch for the out. So Willie Davis pops up to short, and that brings up Ron Fairley. Fairley doubled the center and drove in a run in the first inning. Ron with 29 runs batted in and a .238 average. So here's Fairley now in the third. Washburn ready on the pitch. Curve in the dirt, ball 1. First game of the doubleheader, and in the second game, Don Sutton goes against Alvin Jackson. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed the breaking ball, 1-1. Fairley batting 4th in the order with Lefevre on deck. The Dodgers are running each turn at bat, and the Cardinals got a run in the first. 2-1. Now Washburn set again. Ron Fairley waiting. Bouncing ball to the right side. Javier gets a nice big bounce. Throw to first in time, and it's 2 outs. Away, and here's Lefevre, fouled out his first time up. Jimmy batting .288 with 1 homer and 22 runs batted in. He still hasn't found the range on the home run ball yet. So he's way behind in home runs. He has just 1. All right, Lefevre waiting. 2 outs in the third. Ray Washburn into the windup. Fastball high, 1 ball, no strike. Due up next, Johnny Roseboro. Now again, the pitch on the way. Lefevre swings a long drive to right field in the corner. Maris going after, makes a one-hand running catch for the out. He robbed Lefevre of a couple bases. Drive in the right field corner, and Maris caught the ball going along near the fence. Fine play by Roger Maris in right field. 3 up, 3 down. And the score at the end of 2.5 innings of play, Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1. Bill Singer warming up. Jeff Torborg taking the throws as Roseboro stands by. Ready to go in the last half of the third. A fine play by Maris to end the inning. Top of the order now for the Cardinals. Brock, Colin, and Maris. Brock walked. Scored on a force play after a base hit by Colin. There's Lou Brock coming up, batting .342. And Bill Singer ready to go to work. He had a rocky first inning. Retired the side in order in the second, now all ready for the third. Bill, 1 win, 2 losses. Here's the windup and the pitch to Brock. Curveball is swung on and missed, strike 1. 0-1 to count. Singer checks again, and the pitch on the way. Fastball, a fly ball to left field. Gable will have to go back on the ball, way back, back to the track. One-hand catch for the out. So Brock hitting into the opposite field, and Gabrielson was a little late in picking it up and then had to hurry back and leaped up to catch it. One out, Bobby Tolan coming up. Tolan grounded a single to right field in the first inning. Left-hand batter waiting. Roger Maris out on deck. Singer ready to work here in the third. Now the wind up band, the pitch. Grounded foul to the Cardinal dugout. Strike one. The Cardinals are on the first base side here at Busch Stadium. The Dodgers, the visiting teams, on the third base side. Now the pitch. Bounced the curveball, and it rolls away from Roseberg. Town over to pick it up. That one bounced about 5 feet in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Singer pitching to Tolan. Bill Singer against Ray Washburn in the first game. Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson in the second game. Fine crowd on hand. Now the 1-1 pitch. Curve too high, ball 2. The crowd could go 40,000 or more here this afternoon for the doubleheader. 2-1 count. Now the pitch. Inside with a fastball, 3-1 to Bobby Tolan. Bobby hitting .327 with 2 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Now 3-1 pitch. Swung on it, missed. Fastball, and it's 3-2. So full count to Tolan with Maris on deck. Dodgers 2, the Cardinals 1. Now the pitch on the way. Broken bat and a blooper wide of third. Up with it is Lefebvre. Throw across in time. There are 2 outs. Well, he saw the bat right off in Tolan's hand that time. Bobby looped it in front of Lefebvre. So there are 2 outs. The Dodgers is throwing the ball around. Have had a lot of trouble with it. Throwing it around the infield. It wound up in the outfield, and Gabrielson threw it back, and it rolled all the way through the infield to the on-deck circle. So they finally throw that one out of the game. Here's Maris at bat. Grounded into a force plate in the first inning, and that got a run in. So he had an RBI. Maris waits. Curve is high and inside. 1 ball, no strike. Roger waiting. Now the pitch on the way from Singer. Breaking ball inside, and he spun away from it. Ball 2. The last half of the third. First game of the doubleheader at St. Louis. 2-0 the pitch on the way. Curveball lined into left center field is going to be in for a base hit. Gabrielson over to pick it up, brings it back in. Maris turns and holds up now with a long single into left center. So a 2-out single by Maris, loose into left center field. That brings up Cepeda. Walked his first time up and is hitting .349. He is the Cardinals' top hitter, Orlando Cepeda. Tim McCarver on deck. That is hit number 2 for the Cardinals. Now the pitch to Cepeda. Fastball high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 is the count. Orlando waiting. He has 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Pop fly along the right field line, going off foul. Coming over for it is Fairley, and it's out of play in the bullpen. Fairley, Hunt, Parker, all after that ball, but it's out of play. Maris, who is around second, going to third, comes cutting across the infield back towards first. To Cepeda. Bill Singer checking again. Orlando waiting. Now the look and the pitch on the way. Swung on a fly ball to right. Fairley is there, waiting under it now. Ron makes the catch, savvy catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And the score at the end of 3. The Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1.
All right, Jerry. Johnny Roseboro will lead it off. Roseboro struck out in the second inning. Washburn put on quite a display of how to pitch in the big leagues with Roseboro, particularly there in the second inning. So we'll see how he goes again in their second duel here in inning number 4. Dodgers leading 2-1. Washburn checking and Roseboro waiting. Ray delivers, slow curve, and it's lined to right, but Maris comes up one step and makes the catch. So Roseboro, guessing curve that time, lined out to right field. 1 out, and the batter, Len Gabrielson. Gabrielson made a nice catch and long drive by Lou Brocken III. As a batter, he walked and scored a run in the second inning. Walter Olson really threw the dice in the second inning. He had runners at first and third, 1 out, and pitcher Bill Singer at the plate. And the count was 2-2, and he had both men going, Schofield from first and Gabrielson from third. Singer swung away and grounded back sharply towards pitcher Washburn, who couldn't handle it for an error. And that's the run that is now the difference in the game. Gabe swings and a drive into left center field, sprinting over as Bobby Tolan to the track and makes the catch for the out. I'll tell you one thing, it's incredible when you can have a great outfielder like Kurt Flood hurt, and you can come up with a Bob Tolan to fill in for him. You have found one diamond after the other. The end of 6.5 innings, Houston leading Cincinnati 7-3. He's a boy signed by the Pirates originally and drafted by the Cardinals. Here's Dick Schofield. Switch hitter takes a look at a fastball for a strike, 1-1. The Union Oil Company of California paying you a Sunday visit, and we're going to be with you a while today. Washburn, strike 1 pitch. Knocks him down. Actually, it was a case more of Schofield waiting too long and just getting out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Bill Singer due up next. And he's coming out on deck. 1-1 pitch on the way. Slow curve, low. Ball 2. 2-1. Billy Williams, the plate umpire. Washburn's 2-1 pitch, fastball high, ball 3. Frank Sikori at first, Ken Burkhardt at second, Ed Fargo at third. One pitch to Dick Schofield. Fastball high is aboard with a walk. So with 2 out, a walk to Schofield. That brings up Singer. Bill was aboard on the error. Picked up a run batted in the second inning. The Mets and the Cubs, 3-3 in the top of the 7th. Atlanta leading the Giants 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. 9-1 Philadelphia leading Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 5th. 7-3 Houston leading Cincinnati, bottom of the 7th. Fastball for a strike to Singer. Washington, Boston 3-3 in the top of the 8th. Cleveland 4-1 over Kansas City in the bottom of the 2nd. The White Sox 2-1 over the Yankees in the top of the 7th. Detroit, California, Baltimore, Minnesota a little later. Singer rolls one down along third, foul. Count to Bill Singer. 2 out, 4th inning, 2-1 Dodgers. Washburn straightens up, now at the belt. Strike 2 pitch, fastball down and away, ball 1. 1-2. Each side scored a run in the first inning. The Dodgers picked up the tiebreaker in the second. 1-2 pitch, chased and missed. Singer going across the plate to take a swipe at it, and that's that. 4 strikeouts for Washburn. No runs, no hits, a man left. And at the end of 3.5 innings, the Dodgers 2 and the Cardinals 1. Jimmy Campana is helping to warm up Bill Singer. Johnny Roseboro now comes out to take over. Bottom of the fourth inning, the Dodgers 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. The Cardinals 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. It'll be Tim McCarver, Mike Shannon, and Julian Javier. Tim McCarver flied to left field in the first inning. Bill Singer, taking his 8 warm-up tosses, has concluded. Campanis fires it down to second base, and now Jimmy goes back to the dugout, and Johnny Roseboro picks over behind the plate. So the left-handed McCarver waiting at the plate. Singer balancing the ball on the knuckles of his right hand, so I'd say he's very relaxed out there. He's holding his arm out with the ball on the knuckles of his right hand. Now he's ready to go to work, and the pitch to McCarver. Curveball for a strike, 0-1. Mike Shannon on deck. Bill toes the rubber. Now into his windup. Hesitates twice, and McCarver backs out. Too much hesitation for the catcher. Singer into his windup now, and the strike 1 pitch on the way. Fastball hit foul off third, well back into the lower deck, and the count 0-2. Now the strike 2 pitch, fastball low. McCarver started to swing and held up. 1-2. Defensively with Bill Singer and Johnny Roseboro. The infield of Parker and Hunt, Schofield and Lefevre. And the outfield of Gabrielson, Davis, and Fairley. And McCarver wants Billy Williams to examine the ball. Bill finds it's okay and keeps it in play. 1-2 to Tim McCarver. Singer into his windup. Bill ready, he delivers. Curveball fouled off his foot. So it's still 1-2. Sign out. Singer into his windup. Bill's 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball hit into left field. Racing over to his left is Gabrielson to make the catch for the out. So McCarver flies to left. 1 out here in the fourth inning, and Mike Shannon the batter. Shannon struck out in the first inning. The 3, I think, best pitches that Bill Singer made in the first inning, all were to Shannon. 2 good fastballs for strikes, and then a sharp slider struck him out. Fooled him badly, and Mike lost his bat. Singer ready, and the overhand curve is tapped slowly back to the box. Bill picks it up, flips over to first in time for the out, so he disposes of Shannon. And Billy Williams says something to Singer, who walks down towards home plate to listen to him, and then turns and goes back out to the mound. 2 out, and the batter is Julian Javier. On this road trip, the Dodgers have lost 5 straight. But in looking back over the ball games, you realize the hitters must certainly bear the burden of the guilt, because the pitching has been very good. Outside of the one game where the Braves walloped the Dodgers 13-5, all of the others have been fine efforts. Curved down and away, ball 1. The Dodgers open up the road trip with Osteen beating the Braves 4-2. Aronofsky lost a tough one to the Braves 3-2 in relief. The Dodgers left 11 men on that night. Then you had the one-sided 13-5 game. The only one where the pitching was shoddy and really racked. Javier swings and doesn't get it. Then Drysdale and Regan lost a tough one 5-4. Regan getting the defeat. Osteen and Miller lost a tough one 3-2. And then last night, 2-2 into the 11th. Slider for a strike, 1-2. So the Dodgers have had good pitching. but untimely hitting. They piled up base hits, but no runs. And there are 5 straight losses, 4 of the 5 by 1 run. Singer checking into his windup. Bill's 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside. That seemed to handcuff Roseboro a little. 2-2. Each side scored a run in the first inning, and the Dodgers got another in the second, and that's the story. We're now in the bottom of the 4th. 2 out, bases empty, and the Dodgers leading 2-1. On deck, shortstop Dow Maxville. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball line to right. Fairley is there and makes the catch for the out. So Singer has settled down considerably. In the first inning, he gave up a couple of walks and a base hit, and since then, he's allowed just 1 hit. And through 4, Dodgers 2, Cardinals 1. Here's Jerry.
The first half of today's game was brought to you by the Union Oil Company of California, the company that brings you America's strongest tire warranty, the Insured Tire Warranty. The second half brought to you by the more than 340 branches of Security First National Bank, financial partner to family. The first half of today's game was brought to you by Union Oil Company of California, producers of Royal 76, the gasoline that's powerful enough to make a difference. Now the second half of today's game is being brought to you by White Owl Cigars. Remember, you get a lot more from a White Owl than just smoke. 350 reserve 250. Add 25 cents to your check or money order for handling and late charge. If you want a block of tickets, 30 or more, send your order to Group Sales, care of the Dodgers, Box 100, Los Angeles 90051. And remember, ask that the name of your group be put up on the Dodgers' famous message board. We're happy to have that added distinction to your party visit. Station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
Serving Arizona, this is KOY Phoenix, 85 degrees at 1:30.
All right, back to play. Here's Vince.
All right, Jerry. Wes Parker will lead it off, followed by Ron Hunt and then Willie Davis. 2-1 Dodgers 5th inning, and Parker hits a comebacker to Washburn, who flips over to Cepeda. 1 pitch, 1 away. Hunt, the batter, flied to right, hit back to the box. Ron 0 for 2. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for the Cardinals. Quite a duel between Ray Washburn and Bill Singer. The second game will feature Don Sutton and left-hander Alvin Jackson. Hunt at the plate. Willie Davis on deck. Washburn into his windup. Fastball is a bouncer wide to third. Knocked down by Shannon. Drops it, kicks it, and by that time Hunt's way down the line. The ground ball wide of third, and Shannon draws the error. So Willie Davis comes up. Runner at first, 1 out, 5th inning, 2-1 Dodgers. When you play a 1-run ball game with the Cardinals, you're asking for trouble. They've had great success in 1-run games. They've won 10 out of 15 by 1 run. Willie Davis swings, fouls it away, 0-1, bouncing into the Cardinal dugout. Cardinals have done very well in extra inning ball games. They've won 5 out of 6. So they've won a lot of tough ones. The Cardinals are in second place. They start today 3.5 games back of Cincinnati and a half a game ahead of the Giants. Willie grounds 1 foul outside of first and down the line. The Dodgers are in 8th place, 11 games under 500 and 14 back. Willie Davis. Washburn up on top and at the belt. Strike 2 pitch. Fouled away. Willie trying to time it. Shifted back foul into the crowd behind the Dodger dugout. Completely enclosed ballpark. Very pretty. And symmetrical. 330 down each line. 386 to the power alleys and 414 to straightaway center with a 10-foot fence going from foul pole to foul pole. Strike 2 pitch on the way is a ground ball foul outside of first. One thing that is deceiving, they are having trouble growing grass here. There's a story out that they are mulling over the possibility of installing AstroTurf here in Busch Stadium, which would be a shame, considering the fact it's an outdoor park. At night, when you look down, it's a beautiful green and you don't see any flaws in it. But in the daytime, under the cruel sun, you can see their problem. The pitch to Willie Davis, inside, ball 1, 1 and 2. All around the mound, around home plate, spotty area, back of second base. If it were a dog, I should call it mange. 1 and 2 to Willie. Slow curve, low, ball 2, 2 and 2. Of course, they played soccer here, too, so the field, brand new field. And they had football, soccer, and baseball, and really not getting much of a chance to grow. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Willie Davis. Ron Hunt at first, 1 out. 5th inning, 2-1 Dodgers. Washburn up on top. And there goes Hunt, line drive base hit to left field. Hunt Brown in second, but holds on. I think he lost sight of that ball. He started to slow down before he got to second base. Perhaps one of the Cardinal infielders made a good fake on him. So Hunt goes to second on a line drive single to left field by Willie Davis. Hal Woodishick was trotting down to the bullpen again, and Ron Fairley will be the batter. Bill Singer's development, like that of any young pitcher, has been a painful process. But the Dodgers have made it even tougher on him because he has been unable to get any runs. He doesn't get a margin for safety or a margin for error. Every game he pitches, one wrong pitch can beat him. So the Dodgers, leading 2-1 today, trying to give him a little room for error. Fairley grounds it foul outside of first and down into the bullpen. 1-1. Singer's last 2 starts, he did not have a decision. Ron Fairley up there on deck, Jim Lefebvre. 0-1 to count to Ron. Hunt away from second, Davis from first. Washburn, a long look at McCarver's signs, and fairly tired of waiting, backs out. Now they're ready, and Washburn goes to a stretch. Strike 1 pitch, fastball, hitting here to right center field. Bobby Tolan and Roger Maris converging. It is Maris for the catch. Hunt tags and cruises over to third, and the throw comes into Maxville. So Fairley a fly ball to right center, 2 out, 2 on, and Jim Lefebvre the batter. Lefebvre fouled out, and then had an extra base hit taken away on a great running catch by Roger Maris in the 3rd inning. Jim waiting. Lefebvre now backs out to dry off his hands. Lefebvre waiting. Washburn delivers, and it's a broken bat ground ball backhanded by Cepeda. He goes to the bag, and the inning is over. So the Dodgers unable to come up with that key hit. Leave 2 men. No runs ahead, 2 left. They've left 6. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings. Dodgers 2, Cardinals 1. Washburn starts him for the fastball high. Roseboro hit the first pitch last time up. It was a curve, and he lined to right. Washburn into his windup in the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, 1-1. Dodgers 2 runs, 4 hits. Cardinals 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors. Overhand curve is hit the other way to left field, sinking for a base hit. Brock over to get it on 1 bounce. So Roseboro turns the curveball around and goes the other way. And the batter will be Len Gabrielson. The Cardinal bullpen has been pretty busy back at Washburn. The Dodgers have not had any trouble getting men on, but they can't get them home. They've had a man on in every inning but the third, and it took a great catch by Maris to prevent Lefebvre from reaching first. So the bullpen will get busy again. Gabrielson, a ground ball to Cepeda, steps on first, removing the force, but his throw hits Roseboro in the back, and John is safe at second. So Cepeda stepped on the bag. That meant they had to make it a tag play at second base, and his throw hit Roseboro right on the number 8. So Cepeda will draw an error. Gabrielson out on a ground ball, and the batter will be Dick Schofield. Oh, wait, now they already have 2 errors, so maybe not. We're just making a fielder's choice so far. And again, I guess since you can't anticipate a double play, which is a little strange sometimes, I'll just make it a straight fielder's choice. All right, here's Schofield. Swings, pulls it on the ground to Cepeda. He goes to the bag, but underhands to Washburn. Down to third goes Roseboro. So 2 out, a runner at third, and Bill Singer coming up. Singer aboard on an error and struck out 0 for 2. The Cardinals have Big Birds coming up in the bottom of the 6th. They have Tolan, Maris, Cepeda. Roseboro at third with 2 out. Washburn standing back of the rubber to see what Roseboro is doing. Now he's on the rubber as John comes down the line. Bluffing. The pitch to Singer. Swung on and missed. Fastball, 1-1. The Cardinals have had a man steal home this year. Who do you think it would be? Think it would be Lou Brock, or Julian Javier, or Dal Maxville. Strike 1 pitch, curve, bunt attempt missed. Ed Spicchio stole home. And how do I know that? Because they put it up on the message board here in the ballpark. That's how smart I am. 0-2 to Bill Singer. Washburn ready and delivers. Fastball hit up the end of the stick slowly to Javier. Julian is up with it across to Cepeda, and that's that. Dodgers have left 7 men in their 6th inning. Scored the end of 5 1/2. Dodgers 2, Cardinals 1, and here's Jerry.
Well, another dandy. 2-1 score. The Dodgers are in front. The Cardinals now come to bat in the last half of the 6th inning. A big inning for Bill Singer. Let's go back to playing his fifth.
Indeed, it is a big inning because Bill does not have a complete game in the big leagues. He went 7 innings when he beat the Mets 7-2. And in his last 2 starts, the 6th inning has been his undoing. Singer went into the 6th inning against the Braves and had to come out. Against the Pirates, he went into the 6th inning and had to come out. And now he goes into the 6th inning today, and we'll see how he fares. Bobby Tolan grounded a single to right and grounded to third. Lefebvre playing close to the line and in on the grass. And Singer ready to set sail in a very important inning. Right-handed delivers, fastball, swung on and missed 0-1. He is not overpowering today as he was against the Pirates and the Braves. Here's the strike 1 pitch on the way. Curveball, low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bill has 3 strikeouts, but 2 of the 3 strikeouts have been against the opposing pitcher. And striking out the pitcher is like dash, fill in 10 words or less, whatever you want. 1-1 pitch. Fastball is popped foul to the left of the plate. Roseboro and Lefebvre come over, but no chance. Back in the crowd. Somebody said striking out the pitcher is like dancing with your sister. 1-2. Bobby Tolan the batter. Roger Maris on deck. Singer toes the rubber. Roseboro in a crowd. Bill ready. And the 1-2 pitch to Tolan. Fastball hit foul down the left field line and into the Dodger bullpen. 2 strikes to Bob Tolan. Joe Schultz coaching at third for the Cardinals. Dick Sisler at first. Red Shaney's Billy Muffet piloting the club down in the dugout. 1-2 pitch. Curve is pulled fair into the corner. And there goes the rabbit. Tolan on his way for 2, and he is in there standing up. Fateful 6th inning for Bill Singer has arrived, with the Dodgers leading 2-1, and the first man up, Bob Tolan, doubles into the right field corner. Again, however, the finger has to be pointed at the hitters. The Dodgers have left 7 men, so they have not been able to give the young right-hander a breather. And now, here they come, Messrs. Maris, Cepeda, McCarver. Tolan taking his lead at second base. That's his second double. Maris, of course, if nothing else, trying to pull the ball to get Tolan over to third. Singer ready and delivers, and the pitch in on his chin, ball 1. Roger hit into a fourth play and single to left. So the only fellow so far who's been able to pull Singer has been Tolan. He's due for 3. The 1-0 pitch to Maris, outside and high, ball 2. 2-0. There's not been a pitch thrown in the Dodger bullpen up to here. The Cardinal bullpen has been active almost every inning. The Dodgers lead 2-1. Bottom of the 6th, the first of 2, with Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson going in the nightcap. And now there goes a storm signal. Jeff Torborg, along with Ron Peranoski, trotting down to the Dodger bullpen. 2-0 pitch on the way. High, ball 3. And there goes Phil Regan and Bob Miller. So you get an idea what it's like to be a young pitcher. You're out there battling. You've been knocked out of the game twice in a row in the 6th inning. Now you're out there leading 2-1. The leadoff man in the 6th doubles. And all of a sudden, out of the bullpen goes Peranoski, Regan, and Miller all racing down to the bullpen. You know you're in trouble, as if you needed a reminder. Roseboro and Lefevre out to talk to Singer. He's behind him, Maris 3-0. All right, Lefevre and Roseboro go back to their positions, and Singer has to look down the gun barrel of Roger Maris. 3-0. Still at the belt, looks at Tolan and delivers. Very high. Ball 4. Walter Alston. So for the 3rd consecutive time, Bill Singer has had the wheels come off in the 6th inning. Walter Alston slowly walking out to the mound. Cepeda, McCarver, and Shannon coming up. And in the bullpen, Peranoski throwing alone. Alston out to talk to Bill. Well, you can get psyched on that after a while. Start to fish for 5, and you just don't want to go out there for the 6th inning. Now, plate umpire Billy Williams advancing to the mound. The entire Dodger infield, plus Roseboro and the manager up on top of the mound. You'll have to flatten it out now. Williams walks away, perhaps at the request of Walter Alston, and Singer is going to stay in there to pitch to Cepeda. Since Peranoski is loosening up, you figure that they let Singer pitch to Cepeda and then see about whether he'll pitch to McCarver or not. Orlando walked in the 1st inning, flied to right in the 3rd. So this big crowd here in St. Louis had to sit quietly by as the Dodgers led 2-1 in the 6th, but the Cardinals now beginning to clap their wings and trying to get off the ground. And here comes Cha-Cha, as they call him here, Orlando Cepeda. Once again, a moment of truth for Bill Singer. Tolan, the tying run at second. Maris, the possible go-ahead runner at first. Singer leans in to read his sign, now set at the belt. Checks and delivers. Fastball and a high fly ball into shallow left. Schofield goes out. In comes Gabrielson. Gabe's got a better angle and makes the catch. No infield fly rule because as Schofield went out, he was having trouble with that bright sky. All right, that's a big out for Singer. One out. The next batter, Tim McCarver. McCarver, twice, has gone the other way and hit fly balls to left field. Dodgers, bottom of the sixth, one out, and Singer trying to get off the ropes here. Tolan at second, Maris at first. Bill at the belt, right-handed delivers, fastball hits to the hole, base hit to right field. Tolan will score on the play and fairly throws late the cross towards third. It's cut off by Hunt. Fairly appeared a little bit undecided. I think he had in his mind, maybe I'll go to the plate, and then as he looked up, he realized it was Tolan. And he hesitated and then threw in towards third base, and Hunt cut it off. So Singer is touched up for the base hit to tie up the game. Single by Tim McCarver. That gets Tolan home. Now the batter is Mike Shannon. Shannon, right-handed in third baseman. And on deck, Julian Javier. 2-2 in the sixth. As I mentioned before, now the Dodgers are playing the Cardinal game. The Cards have won 10 out of 15 by one run this year. Singer's pitch, swung on and missed. Shannon was not trying to just meet the ball or get a fly ball. He was trying to hit that thing over the arch. 0-1. Singer turns his back on home plate for a moment. Roger Maris standing at third. Tim McCarver at first. One out. Ball game all even, two apiece. Singer ready, and the strike one pitch swung on and missed. Fastball, strike two. Two up next, Javier. He went back in the dugout for a moment. Now Julian comes out. Strike two pitch. Fastball outside, backhanded by Roseboro. 1-2. We'll get a station break in as soon as we've had a disposition of Shannon. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Cardinals. Singer is ready. Checking. 1-2 pitch. Fastball foul back, and Shannon leaning across the plate to protect the outside part. To Mike Shannon. Strong right-hand hitting third baseman. Came into the game hitting .290. Singer ready, delivers. Fastball fouled away, unintentionally fouled away as Shannon tried to check and get out of there. Roseboro walking the ball out to the mound. Let's do it now. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
At 5:50 on your radio dial, this is KOY Phoenix. 86 degrees at 2 minutes past 2.
All right, the count to Mike Shannon, 1-2. The Dodgers 2, the Cardinals 2, with 1 out in the 6th inning. Roger Maris standing at third base. Tim McCarver at first, held on by Wes Parker. Singer reading Roseboro, Shannon waiting. Now Bill hands together at the belt. Right-hand is 1-2 pitch. Fastball is hit back through the box. Hunt picks it up, knocks it down. And everybody's safe for runs over. Had Ron Hunt been able to come up with the ball, he had a double play. But as he tried to backhand it behind the bag, and he was only 2 feet behind it, the ball went off his glove. So when he picked it up, there was no place to step. It goes as a base hit. And here comes Walter Alston, and so once again, the 6th inning has gotten Bill Singer. Ron Baranowski will be coming in. So Shannon hits one through the box, just over second base for a base hit to Ron Hunt. McCarver takes second, Maris scores, and the Cardinals lead 3-2. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Cardinals, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Dodgers, and Ron Baranowski coming in. So Singer goes 5 1/3. That's been his number. And out he goes. Baranowski, who appeared in last night's game, comes right back in today. He worked 1 inning last night. Baranowski was in Singer's last game in Atlanta, and Vaughn took the loss in that game. Now he comes in with runners at first and second, 1 out, 2 runs over, and the Cardinals leading the Dodgers 3-2. Baranowski has a record of 1-3. ERA of 2.6. Making his 27th appearance in the Dodgers' 54th game, so he's been in exactly half of them. Jerry, anything new on the scoreboard?
Yes, Vinny. Jack Hyde and Willie Mays have hit home runs at Atlanta, and that ties the game over there at 2-2. The Giants and the Braves. Marischal against Lemaster. They're in the 9th inning at Cincinnati, and it is Houston in front 7-4, but they've made a pitching change in the 9th inning. Sombera is in the pitch. And they're in the 8th inning at Chicago. And the Mets and the Cubs are all tied at 3-3. That's it.
Boy, the Phillies are certainly coming back with a vengeance after being clobbered the other night when the Pirates got 23 base hits and buried them. The Phillies are leading Pittsburgh 14-1 today, and the Pirates are at bat in the bottom of the 9th. All right, here is Javier. He grounded out and lined out in his 2 trips against Singer. 2 on, 1 out, 3-2 Cardinals in the 6th. Baranowski delivers, change high and outside, ball 1. Adjusting his helmet. Well, Houston held on and beat Cincinnati 7-4. Cuellar beat Pappas. The 1-0 pitch. Javier tries to time that slow curve and doesn't get it. 1-1. So the Cardinals started today 3.5 games back of the Reds, and the Reds have lost their first game. Cardinals leading 3-2 in the 6th. Touching with his glasses for the moment, adjusting his helmet. Well, Houston held on and beat Cincinnati 7-4. Cuellar beat Pappas. The 1-0 pitch. Javier tries to time that slow curve and doesn't get it. 1-1. So the Cardinals started today 3.5 games back of the Reds, and the Reds have lost their first game. Cardinals leading 3-2 in the 6th. Baranowski working from the third base side of the rubber. Mike Shannon at first, Tim McCarver at second, 1 out. Ron turns on the rubber, goes to his stretch. Javier waiting. Throw to first base, and it's a wild throw down the right field line. Chased by Fairley and Hunt. Here comes McCarver to the plate to score. Down to third goes Shannon. Baranowski whirled field to throw to first base. The thought was they've gotten Shannon picked off. But Parker was racing to the bag, which is why Shannon took the big lead anyways, not being held on, of course. And Parker was just unable to get to the bag to handle the throws. So Pernoski is charged with a throwing error. The run is charged to Singer. Down to third goes Shannon, and it is 4-2 St. Louis. Infield up, a pitch out, but Shannon holding third. So Pernoski draws the error. The Cardinals have scored 3 times in the 6th inning to take the lead. 2-1 to Javier. See if Julian has bunted much this year. Well, he has 2 sacrifices. Possibility of a squeeze. The pitch to him. There's the bunt, but it's foul. Well, that makes it 2-2. So Javier trying to squeeze with a bunt, but fouled it off. Backed out to dry off his hands. On deck, Dow Maxwell. 4-2 St. Louis in the 6th. The Dodgers getting a little bit frantic, trying to find a solution to snap the losing streak. But everywhere they look, it's trouble. And now an error has popped up to haunt them here in the 6th. Javier, the 6th man to come to the plate. Infield up, and the 2-2 pitch to Julian. Ground ball, base hit into left field, and that makes it 5-2 St. Louis. So Javier grounding a single with the infield up right through the hole. 4 runs over in the 6th inning. The Cardinals lead 5-2, and the batter is Dow Maxwell. Throw to first, then to the plate, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. The 5 runs are charged to starter Bill Singer. 1 ball and no strikes to the slam to shortstop Dow Maxwell. Pernoski turns on the rubber, goes to his stretch, looks at first, and the 1-0 pitch on the way is lifted to right field. Fairly has to go back on the ball, still going back, and makes the catch for the out. That thing carried. Javier back to first. One thing about the Dodgers on this road trip, they've lost 5 straight, and they are the first to admit it. They are not playing well. There are no excuses. It's not bad breaks. They're just not making the plays. They're not coming up with a timely base hit. And they're paying the penalty. 5 in a row, and they're on the edge of losing number 6. Ray Washburn, the batter, struck out twice, 0-2. Pernoski delivers, slow curve, low, ball 1. 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for St. Louis. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. Perry's 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball outside, ball 2. 2-0. Pernoski ready, and the 2-0 pitch is a high foul off to the right and out of play, going back into the lower deck to the right of home plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Washburn is the 8th man to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. It started when Bobby Tolan doubled to right. Maris walks, a fade applied to left. McCarver singled home Tolan. Shannon singled up the middle to get Maris home. A pickoff throwing error by Pernoski got another one home. And Javier has singled home the 4th run of the inning. For Javier, that was his 13th run batted in. Now the 2-1 pitch. Sinker hit into right field. Base hit. Javier, the second, stops there, and it continues. Here is Lou Brock. Brock, the ninth man to come up here in the sixth inning. Walked in the first inning. Hit a long drive to left, one-handed by Gabrielson in the third, and flied to right in the fifth. So Lou is 0 for 2. Multi-talented left fielder against Baranowski with 2 out and 2 on. Javier at second and pitcher Ray Washburn at first. Baranowski delivers. Brock takes outside, ball 1. For Ray Washburn, that is his second hit in 26 at-bats. Perry up on top, set at the belt. 1-0 pitch, slow curve in there. 1-1. Cardinals 5, Dodgers 2, sixth inning. Security Bank on the scene at Busch Stadium, St. Louis. First game of a doubleheader with Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson in the second game. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 1-2 the count to Lou Brock. Baranowski back of the rubber. Roseboro wigwags some signs. And now the plate umpire, Billy Williams, wants to look at the ball. Finds that it's all right. Baranowski to his stretch, checks the runners, and the 1-2 pitch to Brock swung on and missed, strike 3. But the damage has been done. 9 men come to the plate, and 4 of them come home. On 5 hits, 1 error, 2 left. And at the end of 6, Cardinals 5, Dodgers 2. 7th inning, 5-2 in favor of St. Louis. Security Bank sending it 0-2. And for more play-by-play, here's Jerry Doggett.
All right, Vinny, top of the order for the Dodgers now with Parker, Hunt, and Davis place Washburn, who now is at last in the lead after trailing all through the ball game. Dodgers got 1 in the first, the Cardinals tied it. The Dodgers got 1 in the second to lead 2-1 until the Cardinals got 4 in the sixth inning. Parker is 0 for 3, struck out twice, tapped back to the pitcher. Takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Pitch to Westphal, a high fly ball deep to right field. Maris going back, near the track, and it's gone. A home run for Parker. He hit it in the low street in right field. A home run leading off from the 7th inning. So it's now 5-3, and the Dodgers get 1 back in a hurry. The Cardinals still have 2 to work on. Ron Hunt due up with Willie Davis to the foul. So Parker gets his second home run of the year, a long high fly ball into the right field stand. Hunt the batter with arm and error, grounded out and slide to right. Ron Hunt comes in against Washburn now, and the bullpen gets busy for the Cardinals. Here's the wind-up man, the pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled away, strike 1. On the home run, Security Bank is presenting top quality official Little League bats to each team in the Compton Central Little League in Compton. 1 strike to count. Ron Hunt, the batter, in the 7th. Washburn delivers a swing and a base hit to center field. Line drive to the middle for Ron Hunt. So the Dodgers now trying to come back after the Cardinals walloped them with 4 runs in the 6th inning. The Dodgers have a run in, a runner on, Willie Davis at bat, and a meeting at the mound for St. Louis. McCarver, Maxwell, and Cepeda now gather around the pitcher Washburn. Willie Davis up has 2 hits in the game, a single to left, a single to right. He pops up the shortstop. Meeting at the mound breaks up now. We're in the first game of the doubleheader in the 7th inning. 5-3 in favor of St. Louis. They picked up 4 runs in the 6th. Willie Davis waiting. And the breaking ball is high. 1 ball, no strike. Action in the bullpen now for St. Louis. Joe Horner is warming up. He was the winning pitcher last night. There's a high pop foul down the first baseline. Coming forward is Maris into the bullpen. Has a play and can't get to it. It dropped just beyond Roger and might have grazed into the first row of box seat. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Willie Davis. Final score, Philadelphia lost the Pirates 14-1 in a single game at Pittsburgh today. The Pirates are in 4th place. They're 5.5 games away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Willie Davis. Ron Hunt at first base. And the pitch to Willie is high for a ball. 2-1. The Dodgers now with a runner on bring the tying run to the plate here. Fairly due next, then Lefebvre. Runner off first, and the pitch on the leg, grounded it foul at the plate. Hit Willie on the foot and bounces out in front. McCarver flips it back to the mound to Washburn. 2-2 to Willie Davis. Willie with 2 home runs, 19 runs batted in, hitting 3rd in the order. Parker opened up the inning with a home run to right field, and Hunt lined a single to center. Hits are even now, 7 apiece. Cardinals lead 5-3, 3rd game of the series. Now the pitch. Grounded wide to first. Javier goes to second base in time, and there's no other play. As the ball was hit slowly and Hunt rolled into Maxwell. No throw. Willie Davis safe. And up now will be Ron Fairley. Double, grounded out, slide to right. Hunt is out, 4-6 if you're scoring. Davis at first base. Fairley at bat, Lefebvre on deck. All right, Ron up there now. Horner throwing in the bullpen. Beautiful day in St. Louis. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Willie Davis at first base. Fairley waits again. Willie moves off, and the pitch on the way to Ron. A swing and a drive to right field down in the corner. Maris after this one, and it's top of the wall. Maris plays the rebound perfectly, and Fairley held to a long single, and Willie has to stop a third. He mistimed the game by 2 feet and winds up with a single. Line drive against the top of the right field fence. And it came back perfectly. Maris played the rebound, whirled and through to second base. Fairley is held up there at first, and Willie Davis has to stop a third. And that's as close as the Dodgers will come to tying it up without doing so. And winding up with just a single. And here comes Shaming stop now to have a talk with Washburn, and that may be all for Ray. He's been hit hard in the inning. Parker a home run, Hunt a single, and Fairley now mistying the game with a home run to right field, and that shook up Shaney, so he's going to go to the bullpen and bring in Horner. So Ron had a line drive that was on the top part of the fence, a couple of feet shy of going over the wall for a home run. And when Maris played the rebound perfectly, the ball came right back to him, and Roger has a fine arm, whirled and through, and Fairley had to hold up at first, and that's going to be all now for Washburn, and incoming is Joe Horner. So Washburn goes out. He worked 6 in the 3rd, allowed 8 hits. 3 runs, 2 runners on base belong to Ray. He cannot lose. He can win if Horner can hold the lead. The Dodgers will have Lefebvre, Roseboro, and Gabrielson do up now with 1 out and 2 on here in the 7th inning. Lefebvre has fouled out, flied out, and grounded out. And we have time for a moment. We'll check the scoreboard. The Cubs beat the Mets 5-3. Jenkins all the way to win his 8th of the year. The loser was Taylor. The Cubs got two in the East to do it. Home runs, Tommy Davis and Adolfo Phillips. Houston beat Cincinnati 7-4. Cuellar over Pappas. Aspromonte and Pavletti had home runs. They're in the sixth inning at Atlanta. And the score there is all tied at 2-2. Marisol and Lemaster, Hyatt, Mays, and Philippe Alou home runs. And the final we just gave you 14-1 as Bunning wins the ball game from Pizarro. Phillies over the Pirates. That's a single game. White Sox beat the Yankees 2-1. O'Toole over Stottlemyre. Boston over Washington 4-3. Santiago the winner, Baldwin the loser. Delayed rain at Minnesota, and still no report on that. They've been out a long time. And the Angels getting underway have McLaughlin going against Sparma, the Tigers and the Angels. All right, ready to play here. Horner coming in. Joe Horner making his 19th appearance. He has won 3 and lost 1. Earned run average is 2.33, and he has saved 3 games. The Cardinals set the infield double play up. The Dodgers get their bullpen busy. Bob Miller working. Now the look in the pitch. Foul. Back to the screen for a strike. Lefebvre today, 0 for 3. Jimmy just back into the lineup and now trying to get his timing back. He has 1 home run, 22 runs batted in. 5-3 is the score in favor of St. Louis as we play in the 7th inning. Now the pitch. Foul away at the plate, strike 2. So Lefebvre quickly behind as he gets fastballs from Horner, 0-2. Security Bank sending it to you from St. Louis on a beautiful day with a near capacity crowd, around 40,000 out. Lefebvre behind the count. Roseboro on deck. Lou Johnson has a bat in his hand, standing in the Dodger dugout. Now goes for a helmet. Lou due to play in the second game against Calvin Jackson. Here's a look in the pitch. Just outside for a ball. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lefebvre waiting. And Horner in relief of Washburn. Now the pitch. Foul tipped at feet off McCarver's bare hand. We have a right-hander and a left-hander for the Cardinals now. Woodishick and Willis are warming up. McCarver got that one on the bare hand, and Timmy takes his equipment off. He's kneeling at home plate now, and he was shaken up on it. And here comes the Cardinal trainer out to see about it. So McCarver, hit by the foul ball, straightens up now. Might have hit him on the leg. Time called a moment. Shannon comes in from third base, picks up his glove. The trainer is out. Still working with him. All right, McCarver snapping the strap of his chest protector again. As Shannon goes back toward third. All right, McCarver says he's all right. We'll stay in the game. Lefebvre waiting, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dodgers have 2 on, 1 out, a run in, and trail by 2 to the Cardinals. So now Horner ready to work again to Jimmy Lefebvre. Here's the stretch, the look, and the pitch on the way. Swung on it at strike 3. That's the second time in the series that Horner has struck out Lefebvre for a big out. Roseboro due up is being called back. Lou Johnson's going to hit for him. So Horner comes in and strikes out Lefebvre. He did it the other night in the first game of the series. Here's Lou Johnson up now. Dodgers playing as much percentage as they can to have a right-hand batter against the left-hand pitcher. So Lou comes in. Johnson the batter with runners at first and third, a run in, and the score 5-3 in favor of St. Louis. First game of the doubleheader. And we're in the top of the 7th inning. Security Bank, happy to send it to you. All right, Lou Johnson waits. Now the pitch outside, ball one. Lou hitting .288, 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. It's only his 17th game for Lou. So he's been out a while. Now the pitch. Swung on a line drive at shortstop, grab for the out. Maxwell floated over, reached up and pulled it down, and Johnson swings his batting helmet away. Out on strikes to retire, rather than the line drive to retire the side. A fine leaping catch by shortstop Maxwell. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 left on. And the score at the end of 6 1/2, Cardinals 5 and the Dodgers 3. Now the Cardinals are at bat in the last half of the 7th inning, crowd standing for the 7th inning stretch. Solon, Maris, Cepeda against Paranowski. Cardinals picked up 4 in the 6th inning and now lead 5-3. Atlanta got a run in the 6th inning and now leads San Francisco 3-2. Playing in the 7th. That's Marisol and LeMaster. All right, Paranowski ready to work to Solon. Bobby has 2 hits today. The windup man, the pitch to him. Curve, and he goes up the butt, lets it go by for a strike. 0-1. Solon wanted the fastball to take it with him, and he let it go by. So the Dodgers again left a couple on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 men left on for the Dodgers here today in 7 turns. That's been basically the story on the road trip. L.O.B., left on base. Here's the windup and the pitch by Perry. Strike on a fastball, so he got the fastball on the second pitch. 0-2 to Bobby Cohen. Warner came in to slow down the Dodgers, but it took a leaping catch by the shortstop Maxwell to get Johnson's bid for a base hit. And Fairley missed by a foot or 2 of tying it up with the ball to the screen in right field. Here's a curve, strike 3. Struck him out. Nolan down on strike. Roger Maris comes up now. Maris has made a couple of fine defensive plays in the outfield. A running catch to get a fly ball by Gabe Wilson. By Roseboro, rather than the 4th inning. And the fine play on Fairley's drive to hold Ron to a single and kept Willie Davis from scoring. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1 to Maris. So Roger Maris, of course, known best for hitting home runs, but not to be overlooked is the fact that he is a fine defensive outfielder, and he's made 2 fine plays today. 1-0 pitch. Looped off the end of the bat into left field. A little number, drops into the left. Gambleson in to bring it back in, and Maris is on with a swing that moves to left. Here's Cepeda at bat now. Walked flat out and popped up. So Maris going right off the end of the bat and swooped it to left field. 8th hit of the game. I think the turning point was when Shannon hit a little roller right back through the mound, under Singer's glove, over the bag, and Hunt couldn't make a play on it, and it dropped for a base hit. It rolled dead behind the bag as Hunt picked it up and tried to go to the bag for the force out and couldn't get there. A swing and a foul off to the left out of play. So it is strike 1 now to Cepeda with a runner at first base. Paranowski rubs up the ball, and a reminder, kids, win a chance to practice with the Dodger Stars in person. Get your free tickets now for the Los Angeles Dodgers Youth Clinic at any branch of Security Bank. The clinic is next Saturday at Dodger Stadium. 1 out, 1 on. Paranowski working. High chopper off toward the mound. Paranowski's play will go to first base in time to get Cepeda, and on any other runner he wouldn't have had a chance. Cepeda does not run well. That ball was hit down off the plate, high in the air. Paranowski had to wait for it, and still had time to get Orlando as Maris goes to second. That'll bring up McCarver, who singled in the 6th inning, drove in the tying run for the Cardinals. There was another big play in that inning. That was when Baranowski tried to pick Shannon off first base and threw the ball down to the right field bullpen. That allowed a run to score and set up another run. There were two singles, though, to follow that play, so they might have scored anyway. Here's McCarver, one hit, 310 batting average. Now the pitch. Curve strike to the left-hander, 0-1. Baranowski. Ready to work to Tim McCarver. Ronnie out of a stretch to look back, and the pitch on the way. Line drive dropped by Parker. Falls down. Hunt recovered. Throws it away. Ball is backed up by Sloboy to the backstop, and the run is in, and it's 6-3. Baranowski is still lying in the dirt at first base. He got up slowly, so the Cardinals get another gift run. And the line drive right at Parker. He tried to backhand it, got off his glove, and an error is charged on Parker as Hunt then picked up the ball and threw it away, trying to throw to Baranowski covering, and he draws an error. So there are two errors on one play, and the Cardinals get another run. McCarver is safe on the error by Parker, and Maris scores on the error by Hunt. So the Dodgers have two errors on one play in the inning, and now have three in the game, and the Cardinals have increased their lead back to a 3-run margin. Line drive to Parker. Looked like he had a backhand catch of it, but he got off his glove. Then Hunt went on the grass, retrieved, and threw it to Baranowski and threw it away. That left the run in, and McCarver is safe. Here's Shannon at bat, and an infield roller back through the middle, and that was the one we told you about that turned it around in the 6th inning. Here's the look and the pitch to Shannon. Fastball low outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So two errors on one play give the Cardinals another run. Maris blooped a single to left, and boy, when you're going bad, those things happen to you. That got it all started. Baranowski set, pitch to Shannon. Lined in the right field. Along the line is going to be fair ball down to the corner. There's McCarver at third, headed for home, and the throw to the plate, he scores. Down the third goes Shannon. Hit it on the foul line, right on the line, a fair ball by about a foot. And the throw from Fairley to Hunt to the shortboard was not in time, and Shannon goes to third on the throw home. So the Cardinals add another one and now lead 7-3, and both of the runs are unearned here in the inning. Here's Javier. He singled in the 6th inning to drive in a run. Here's a curveball for a strike, 0-1. In favor of the Cardinals. Javier waiting, 2 outs. Now the pitch on the way. Swung on it, missed, strike 2, nothing in 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. 2 runs over for the Cardinals here in the 7th inning. Unearned run. Single, 2 errors, and a double. Shannon is at third base. Baranowski ready to work again. He's ahead of the count to Javier. Dick Egan in the bullpen. The foul out of play down the right field line. Count strike 2, still up there. Javier backs out a moment. Baranowski gets a new ball. Karnowski took a spill at first base when he was over there trying to cover up for the throw from Hunt, trying to get McCarver. Now the pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike three, struck him out to retire the side. But the Cardinals get two more on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left. And the score at the end of 7 innings of play, the Cardinals 7 of the Dodgers 3. Well, the Cardinals taking advantage of every opportunity now, pulled out to a 4-run lead, their longest of the game. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. And for the Dodgers, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors. And as the Dodgers come to bat in the 8th inning, you'll send up a right-hand batter, Jim Hickman, in place of left-hand batter, Len Gabrielson. And Horner, who struck out Lefebvre and got Johnson on a line-out to retire the side, ready to go to work as we go to play on the 8th. And for Security Bank, more play back again to Vin Scully. Vinny?
All right, Jerry. Jim Hickman comes out of the Dodger dugout to do some swinging. He'll be batting for Len Gabrielson, opening up the 8th inning. 7-3 Cardinals. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. For the Dodgers, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors. In the bullpen, Dick Egan getting ready to pitch to the Birds in the bottom of the 8th. Jim Hickman, as he checks in, comes up with a 167 average, 6 RBIs. Jim started and was going to play first base last night, but eventually Johnson, who had been in the lineup, was taken out because of the wet, tricky field. Hickman went to the outfield and fairly played first. Jim swings, doesn't get it 0-1. Last night, he went 0 for 3. Left-hander Joe Horner back to the plate, and the pitch is lifted into shallow right field. Maris has plenty of time to get under it. Rogers there and makes the catch. The batter is Dick Schofield, a switch-hitting shortstop. Singled, walked, and grounded out. 1 for 2. So the Dodgers, faced with the horrendous thought of losing their 6th in a row and then going against Alvin Jackson in the nightcap. Schofield takes the strike. 0-1. Schofield 1 for 2. 7-3 Cardinals. 8th inning, 1 out. Horner trying to lock up shop now, and the fastball hit to deep right field. Maris racing towards the line, in the corner, in the shade, and makes the catch about 325 feet away. So 2 fly balls to Roger Maris in right field, 2 out. Ron Karnowski due up. He will not come up. Al Ferraro will bat for him. Becomes the 3rd Dodger pinch hitter. Johnson lined to short. Hickman flied to right, and Al Ferraro. Al takes outside, ball 1. Ferraro batting .227 with 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Horner back to the plate. Fastball over at the knees. 1-1. Sides, now to his windup, and the 1-1 pitch, foul back to the screen, 1-2. The Cardinals with Joe Horner and Tim McCarver. The infield of Orlando Cepeda, Julian Javier, Dal Maxville, and Mike Shannon. The outfield, Lou Brock, Bob Poland, Roger Maris. Joe Horner trying to save this one for starting pitcher Ray Washburn. The next one, foul back, 1-2. Washburn has never had much success with the Dodgers. He was 2-9 going into this one. Alvin Jackson, who is to pitch the nightcap, is 4-11 lifetime. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to Al Ferraro. Horner on the rubber, into his windup, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball got him looking on the corner. Ferraro caught looking at the fastball that hit the edge, and down he goes. Score at the end of 7.5. Cardinals 7, Dodgers 3. Bottom of the 8th inning, 7-3 in favor of St. Louis, and Dick Egan will be mopping up, pitching to Maxville, Horner, and Brock. charged to Singer. 2 runs, 4 hits charged to Karinowski. Dal Maxwell 3 times has flied to Ron Fairley. Jim Hickman, who batted for Len Gabrielson, is now in left field. Egan's first pitch inside, ball 1, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball that gets the outside corner, 1-1. Egan's 1-1 pitch. Fastball low and inside. Ball 2, 2-1. Dick Egan making his 11th appearance. He's 1-1 with the league. Dick ready, and back he comes 2-1. Missing outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count to Dal Maxwell. It was a tight ball game through 5 innings. The Dodgers led 2-1, but the bottom fell out in the 6th inning when the Cardinals scored 4 and picked up 2 more in the 7th. Pitch outside, and so ball 4 to Dal Maxwell. Pitcher Joe Horner coming up. Horner making his first appearance at the plate. Ray Washburn had a base hit, only his 2nd hit of the year in the 6th inning. Horner has a look at Joe Schultz coaching his 3rd. Now the left-hand pitcher who bats right-handed checks in at the plate. Horner has had only 2 at-bats. He's 1 for 2. He's around to bunt, pushes at it foul, and it clears the backstop screen and goes into the lower deck. 0-1. Lefevre in on the grass at 3rd. Egan set at the bell, looks over at first, works the plate. Horner pushes the bunt again over the backstop screen. 0-2. 7-3 Cardinals, bottom of the 8th. Security Bank sending it to you. A bright blue day in St. Louis. Torborg in the crouch back of the plate. Wigwags a sign or 2 out to Dick Egan. Now the left-hand is ready. Looks at Maxwell, comes to the plate, and the bunt is made. 2 strikes or not. Torborg goes to Hunt, sacrifice works. I think you can put him down as a pretty good hitter. He was not just waving that bat at the ball. He knew exactly how to bunt. So Joe Horner gets his man over, and the batter, Lou Brock, walked, flied to left, flied to right, struck out. Lou 0 for 3. Standing back of the rubber, and plate umpire Billy Williams wants to take a look at the ball. Over we get the second game today, Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson. 7-3 St. Louis, bottom of the 8th. The Cardinals have, going into this game, have beaten the Dodgers 5 out of 7, and all 4 times here at Busch Stadium. The pitch to Lou is punched foul off to the left of the plate and out of play. Back into the lower deck in the sunshine, back to the Dodger dugout. 0-1 the count to Lou. To his stretch, set at the belt. Strike 1 pitch, side armor, outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Bobby Tolan. The Cardinals had a successful road trip, came home and were knocked down 3 times by Houston. But they have turned around nicely and have won 3 in a row. And if they win today in this first game, would make it 4 in a row. The pitch to Brock, a strike on the corner. So the Cardinals are 3 outs away from 4 in a row going up. The Dodgers are 3 outs away from 6 in a row going down. Brock backs out, drives off his hands. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lou. All right, Torborg sets his target. Egan looks to see where Maxville is. 7-3 Cardinals, bottom of the 8th. 1-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt, a nice save by Torborg. Had to go sharply to his left. 2-2. Checking, Brock waiting. Now Dick up on top and set at the belt. 2-2 pitch. Brock swings and punches it to left field. Hickman coming up for the ball, dives, stumbles, and makes the one-hand catch. Maxville holding at second base. So a nice play by Jim Hickman. And Bob Tolan to batter. So Brock has lost hits today to Gabrielson, one-handing it going back to the fence in the third, and Hickman one-handing it on his knees, racing in towards the infield. Bobby Tolan is single to right, grounded to third, double to right, and that was the beginning of the end. That's when all the springs came out in the 6th inning, and then he struck out in the 7th. Tolan takes down and away, ball 1, 1-0. Bobby Tolan, left-hand hitting center fielder. Egan up on top at the belt. The 1-0 pitch. Tolan takes good curve over for strike. 1-1. Security Bank visiting with you this Sunday. Bob Tolan waiting on the plate with 2 out. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Down Maxville away from second base. 1-1 pitch. Tolan swings and doesn't get it. Strike 2. 1-2. Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson in the second game. The Dodgers will then fly to Chicago. Tomorrow an off day. Then they'll open up Tuesday against the Cubs. Drysdale, the probable pitcher. He's had a sore foot, which is why we put a little bit of quotes as far as the tone is concerned around the word probable. The pitch to Bobby Tolan, curveball, got him looking on the outside corner. So Egan picks up a strikeout. No runs, no hits, a man left. And at the end of 8, the score, the Cardinals 7, the Dodgers 3.
That's everything, Vinny.
All right, Jared, the Dodgers in the 9th inning, trailing 7-3. Wes Parker, Ron Hunt, and Willie Davis in that order. Joe Horner into his windup and delivers fastball for a strike, 0-1. Parker struck out twice and hit back to the box in his first 3 trips, and then unloaded a home run against Washburn in the 7th. Strike 1 pitch to West, taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Parker 1 for 4. West with 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Billy Williams examining the ball, and he'll put a new one in play. Checking with McCarver. 1-2 pitch to Bob. Curve outside. Ball 2. For a walk, 2 base hits. Then a running catch for an out. Then a 3-run home run, a base hit. Then what appeared to be ball 4 turns out to be strike 2 and the second out, followed by another base hit. And now 2-2 to Bailey. Torborg taking his lead at second. Schofield at first. 2-2 pitch. curve low, and that's just what the Dodgers wanted, because if Bailey can get a base hit, they want it on a full count pitch so that Torborg, who is not a fast runner, can at least be under a full head of steam. And Bailey goes over to the on-deck serve. They got the rosin bag. Houston trying to knock off the Reds, beat them in the first game 7-4, and now lead them 3-1 in the top of the third in the nightcap. And they're still hitting. Jim Wynn hit a 2-run home run in the third. All right, here's a big moment now. 2 out, a full count. 9th inning, 7-7. Bailey at the plate. Schofield at first, Torborg at second. And Security Bank happy to be on the scene, sending it to you. All right, Riles at the belt. Checking. The runners go. The pitch is strike 3 call. Bob just caught looking at a fastball, and that's that in the 9th inning. For the Dodgers, they get 4 runs, 5 hits, and lead 2. They've left 9. They get 11 now with these 2. They've left 11 men, and that sounds like an echo. At the end of 8 1/2 innings, 7-7. Here's Jerry.
Okay, bottom of the 9th. Here's Smith.
Last night, Bob Miller went 2 balls and 2 strikes to Roger Maris with runners at first and second, and 1 out in the 11th. And Maris got a 2-2 fastball around the knees and hit it out of sight. And the Cardinals won it 5-2. And Bob Miller is now on the mound, and Roger Maris is at the plate. And Jeff Torborg out to talk to Miller. 7 runs, 13 hits, and 3 errors for the Dodgers. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for the Cardinals. A great wild ball game, and it's the first of 2, so don't go wandering off. Second game, Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson, and it looks like we're going to be here a while. Got no place to go but Chicago anyway. Maris at the plate, and the fastball outside, ball 1. Maris hit into a fourth play and singled, walked and singled, so he's 2 for 3. Miller into his windup, and the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball, line to center, base hit. And here comes Orlando Cepeda. There's no one throwing in the bullpen. The Dodgers use Singer, Pernoski, Egan, and Miller. And it'll be up to Miller. Schofield goes to the mound to talk to Bob. The Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th, all tied 7-7. They really scratched to come up with 4 in the 9th to get even. And now they're battling to stay afloat. Cepeda is 0 for 3. Tim McCarver on deck. The Dodgers are not particularly looking for the bunt. Miller ready and delivers. Fastball, foul back, out of play, carrying upstairs off to the left of the plate. So Cepeda, swinging from the heel, fouls it off. Orlando came into the game hitting .349. Yes to Torborg. Bob throws to first, driving Maris back. So Maris sure comes alive against the Dodgers. He has 3 hits today. And of course, he ate them up the last time we were here. Strike 1 pitch. Fastball inside at the hands. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cepeda takes inside. Ball 2. 2-1. wigwagging signs to Miller. He checks Maris. He pitches to Cepeda, who lines it to left. Base hit. Hickman gets it back in. Maris stops at second. Walter Austin going out to the mound, but no one throwing in the bullpen. There's runners at first and second and nobody out. Jim McCarver will be the batter. And a meeting at the mound. So Bob Miller gives up a single to Sander to Maris, a single to left to Cepeda. For the Dodgers, 7 runs, 13 hits, and 3 errors. For the Cardinals, 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. It is a crowd's delight, this kind of a game, although this crowd was shaken considerably when the Dodgers came up with 4 to get even in the top of the ninth. With the crowd having a ball, and remember, the same 2 clubs, and for that matter, the same teams that have furnished such exciting ball games out here on the road will be at Dodger Stadium. The Cardinals, the 21st and the 22nd, and the Giants over the weekend, 23rd, 24th, 25th. Well, Walter Austin has spoken to Miller, and now the Dodgers are expecting McCarver to bunt. Wes Parker way up at first. Lefebvre up but near the bag at third. Miller normally as good a fielding pitcher as the Dodgers have. Bob nods yes. Runners take their lead. Miller ready delivers. McCarver a full swing and a pop fly. Ron Hunt going out into the outfield, but Fairley has a better angle and makes the catch, and there's a surprise. They had Tim McCarver swing away. 1 out, and here is Mike Shannon. If McCarver had sacrificed, the Dodgers really would have been in trouble. They would have had runners at second and third with 1 out, with Shannon and Javier coming out. First base open. If they had walked Shannon, Javier very tough to double up. Now with 1 out, they have a little bit of breathing room as Shannon comes out. So McCarver swings away and pops out to shallow right to Ron Fairley. Shannon, an infield single and a double in 4 trips. Strong right-hand hitting third baseman. Thorborg in the crowd, Miller reading. Now Bob is ready. Checks the runners, the pitch to Shannon, slider high, ball 1. Security Bank, happy to send the ball game to you. And to you youngsters between the ages of 10 and 15, delighted to help with the Dodger Youth Clinic on June the 17th, Saturday at 11 a.m. You youngsters pick up your tickets at any branch of Security Bank, and we'll see you at the clinic next Saturday. The 1-0 pitch, fastball is hit in the air to left center field and deep. Back goes Willie, away back. She's off the wall. The runner's held up, but here comes Harris, and the Cardinals win it. Double by Mike Shannon off the left field fence, and the Cardinals win it 8-7. And Bob Miller, for the second consecutive day, hit by lightning. And for Bob, he is now 0-5. Well, the total's on the first one to wrap it up and close up shop. And remember, there's a second game coming along with Don Sutton and Alvin Jackson.